Barf. Hey, Scrapecoat. Hey, Brooka. Hey, Buttercup. And nothing up. Gonna go over to my mom's tomorrow. Gonna visit my mom. Which means I'll probably be late coming on. Hey, Dandy! Hey, Kirk. Good to see you, Dandy. Hey. Hey, Rebecca. It's Wednesday. Wednesday for you, maybe. Hey, Killface. I think Sam Hyde would be a better president than Trump. I don't know who Sam Hyde is, but probably. I'm going to say yes. Ah, crap. I was thinking I'd do like an early voting tomorrow, but early voting isn't available. Which means I'm going to need to go out on Thursday. When it's supposed to be kind of shitty. You got to show an Adult Swim. People in my house and it's making me homicidal. I've been there. Tim and Eric got his show thrown off the network. Well, that sounds rude of them. Yeah, Thursday's going to be snowy. Bleh. Thanks so much. Cool, cool. Yeah. Hopefully, I will be able to drag my ass out of the house on Thursday so I can go vote. Hey, Comic Brook. Rebecca Lauren, no, Rocco Laverne Studios. Rocco Laverne Studios, thank you for $4.99. Hi, I hope your day was well. Thank you. Nah, I'm gonna vote for NDP. Gonna go with the NDP. Cornwall is a conservative town, so it's gonna go to the conservative candidate. But I do plan on voting for the NDP. They deserve another chance. I haven't been in power in Ontario since I was a kid, where they did genuinely shit the bed. Hey, biggest guy. Um, yeah, last time the NDP sort of got elected in Ontario, they did really fuck up. They did a really bad job. But, you know, that was like 30 years ago. That was over 30 years ago. So I figure they deserve another chance. You know? Sam Vegas doll's husband. Hello, Sam Vegas doll's husband. Forgot I was talking with being homicidal. I mean, it's so easy to forget. Tequila Mockingbird. Really wish I had a floor quesadilla. Same thing's the movie The Monkey. Eh. I don't know. I'm kind of liking the fact that I have basically nothing to do with Stephen King. Really ratio of Andrew Tate. Fuck Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate deserves to be ratioed straight into goddamn prison. Crime and Punishment are the names of two of my top three holes. Mine are Law and Order. Mine are your mom and your dad. Those are the names of two of my top 3 holes. War and Peace. Fart of Darkness. Heart of Fartness. Fart of Fartness. Fart of Fart Fart. Back in the day, Fart of Fart Fart used to be Chantel's life story. The Catcher in the Law. Catcher? I hardly know her. I don't know. I just find the I hardly know her punchline to be kind of funny. I don't know why, but I do like the I hardly know her punchline. Supposed to go live to clean the kitchen cabinets, but she never did. My guess is because she didn't want to clean the kitchen cabinets. I don't blame her. That sounds horrible. Hey, Icky. What am I up to tonight? What am I up to? My neck. In trouble. Or something. I don't know. I tried. Okay. I just remembered I have a book coming in the mail and I wanted to. No, with trouble. Not to my neck in trouble. It's funny. It is. Hey, Kent. I was just looking to see the status of I had one other book. Like I ordered another. Like I did order another book. The when I ordered all those books, there was one I ordered that was on back order. It did come in, so it is like it is. It has been shipped. I wanted to check the status of it. Right after I finished checking and saw that okay, so it has been shipped. Has It's not in Canada yet, and then immediately got an email saying that it's been shipped. Just kind of funny timing. Trump trouble was the difference. Difference is there's such a thing as good trouble. There was a congressman who based his entire career off of good trouble. Lewis. Shit. Blanking on the name. Something Lewis. Hey, Jordan. No, that wasn't his first name. Happy dinner. Nothing yet. I will be having my normal rice dinner. Am I hungry? Not right now. I'm just up. So just got up, had a muffin. So I'm not hungry yet. Hey, Sam. Man, I cannot remember. Fine, I'm gonna have to look it up. John Lewis. That's the name of the dude I was trying to remember. John Lewis was the good trouble guy. You're cold. Blanket is probably a good idea if you're cold. Yeah, that is probably the right way to handle being cold. Too cold to get up. Been there. Hey, Uncle Buck. Bit about what I want from a woman. I know I did it. I don't remember what I said. I have a shot of vodka when I'm cold. Yeah, I don't actually remember what I said. Not like I've gone back and watched it. You still want a woman? Eh. It's a very low priority. To the point like I'm not actively looking or anything. And considering I never go out, it's not like I'm gonna meet someone. Still sounds like Amber saying detail. Maybe you'll meet someone in chat. I mean, probably not. I wouldn't expect it. My Little Pony convention. I mean, there's nothing anywhere. There's nothing like that anywhere near here. I am curious about if there's any in Canada. One in Vancouver, apparently. Already passed. That was last month. Hey, Rebecca. Yeah. Don't mind a new dating app? No. No, I was randomly curious to see like what sort of My Little Pony conventions are in Canada. Hey, any interest? Looks like there's one in Vancouver, and that's about it. My opinion on AI? It sucks. It stinks. Is my camera lagging? I feel like my camera might. Yeah, my camera is definitely lagging. Weird. I apologize about my camera lagging. I can read a comment. I said you want one that doesn't have dogs. You don't care if heavy set. You want someone to cuddle with. Is that for anything? Yeah. I have not found a new job yet. And yeah, as far as like Canada doesn't have a lot of big conventions in general. And like being in Cornwall, it's even more awkward. There's Cape, but it kind of sucks. Callback? No callbacks. Like, who was at the 2001 Cape? I might not actually show who was there. Actually, all right. So apparently, tickets are on sale for this year's Cape. Brian Posehn. Yeah, I'll give it. Brian Posehn's a cool guest to have. Michelle Milett. No idea who she is. Kenyatta Horn. No idea. Apparently, they're both from Letterkenny. So Milett from Letterkenny, Horn from Letterkenny. Dylan Playfair, also from Letterkenny. Melissa McIntyre from Degrassi The Next Generation. Mike Lobel from Degrassi The Next Generation. Jerry Silverman show was great. Conversation, convention. Cape. It's this year's Cornwall Area Pop Event. Never dye my hair. I do not have a car. And I probably wouldn't dye my hair. So yeah, a couple people from Degrassi The Next Generation, 3 people from Letterkenny, and Brian Posehn, who's from a lot of stuff. Oh, this makes sense too. Yeah, it's very much Canadian. Yeah. I once matched with Melissa McIntyre and Bumble, but she never messaged back. I do not have a bike. Jenna! Hey, Jenna. How many more weeks of rice and rent funding do you have left? I still got a while. No, never figured out what a Myra hot dog is. Why do you never sound that happy to see you? Why don't I ever sound that happy to see you? Because you come in early. Months or weeks or days. Yeah, I do need to actually look into getting on something. I do need to look into applying for something. Who's my favorite subscriber? None. What, for EI on stream? No. No, I'm not applying for EI on stream. Got to enter a fair bit of, personally identifiable information for that. Shower day? Nah. Every second day. I take showers every other day. No one to smell me, no one to see me. 2 hours on stream every night, but I mean, it's the lights washing me out and everything anyway, so. No point in showering every day. Are you able to stay on that? Depends on the program. There are some programs you're only allowed to stay on for a limited time. Other programs, as long as you need them. You take vitamin D. Your dad's vitamin D. I take multivitamins. Do you go to the stores every day? No. No, I do my groceries once a week. But yeah, for a fair number of programs of that sort, basically as long as it takes you to find something. So some are limited, some are as long as needed. Caitlyn Jenner be a better replacement for Trump? I mean, damn near anybody would be better than Trump. Caitlyn Jenner would still be shitty and awful, though. Every day for skincare and clothes. I don't rewear my clothes. Well, I'm too cheap to buy new clothes all the time. Quick question. Is the lag annoying enough that I should stop and restart the stream? Because the lag does seem annoying. All right. All right, fair enough then. Don't even notice the lag. Well, I'm just going to pull up Steam. That way it covers my camera connection, my view of myself. Avoid annoying myself with the lag. Where everyone go? Does seem like there's not too many people watching right now. Oh well. It's fine. You're aroused now? Does dealer? For t-shirts, I usually go with XL is what I find more comfortable. For jeans, I forget if I do a 32 waist or a 30 waist. $34. Give me a moment. I'm going to double check my my waist size because I can't remember off the top of my head. Which is sad, I know. $32 waist. For jeans, I wear a 32 waist. Yes, I am 30. Or I'm 40. I am 40 annual interest. 32 waist and generally a 30 leg. Though, like, it honestly seems to vary weirdly. Like, some pairs are like a 30 waist, or 30, like some pairs are like a 32, 32 long, and they fit fine. Other times, 32 long or 30 long, and they're too long. It's one of those things I don't really understand how it works. Either a 28 or 30, depending on like the brand or something like that. Clothes are fucking weird that way. Underwear. I'm doing fine for underwear. I'm doing fine for clothes in general, frankly. $28 sounds too short. It does sound too short. And yet there are sometimes a 30 is too long. Like I've got a pair in there, it's like a pretty sure just a 30 long. And they like go way past the ankles. Like I have to fucking roll them up in order to not be walking on them. Nike and Puma. Nah. Nah, I mean they kind of overcharge for just the name. 5 and 30 is perfect length for me. $30 centimeters. It's about a foot. You like a nice foot long, Uncle Buck? Realistically, that probably would be too long for most women. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to get the whole thing in. It's definitely more than is needed. Only seen that in movies. You could move anywhere. Where would it be? Your mom's house. I don't know. Living like just outside Toronto would probably be like, oh, maybe even in Toronto. I feel like Toronto would be like a really good city for me to live in. It's got TCAF, Toronto Comic Art Festival. Every videos are funny. Oh, thanks, Cadence. Funny looking. Hey, Nella. No, I'm not moving. Like to live in Toronto if I lived in Canada. Yeah. I don't know. It's the city that has the most interesting things. I mean, Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver are like the three cities in Canada that have the most interesting stuff. Can someone make it Friday? Every day is the weekend when you're unemployed. It ceases to matter what day of the week it is. Most expensive and homeless cities? Yeah. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, you need a lot of money to live in those cities. Just saying, like, if money wasn't an object, normal for people to live in their cars now. I can believe it. Three-story house, 6 bedroom. Lucky you. hot tub and in-ground pool. In-ground pools are neat. Even after I stopped swimming, like even after I stopped bothering with the pool, I did think it was cool having an in-ground pool. The house I grew up in, even if I didn't use it, it was cool to have. Anywho. Right, I want to check something here. Pair of scissors. I mean, I could. Why should I be getting scissors? Hey, Killface. Is this so you can tell me to cut my hair, Buttercup? Because I'm not cutting my hair right now. I'll cut you. I'll cut you, Buttercup. The only scissoring we're going to do here every time you spend playing with the scissors, you could have already trimmed the hair. Maybe, but it was more fun playing with them. Well, sometimes you just gotta play with things. Sometimes you just gotta play with scissors. Do any of you girls get your nails done every weekend? J. Dot used to. Nothing wrong with trimming some ends. Or Queen J. Dot, exactly. She is missed. Can't steal like Jenna Ortega. Hey, Polly. Why do you stream? Because there's a couple dozen people who like it. There's about 24 people who like me streaming. That second season of Wednesday got canceled, right? I feel like I feel like I remember hearing about the second season just being canceled. Like a while ago. Yeah. Wikipedia says still scheduled to premiere second season schedule for this year. No? All right. All right, so it is still happening. And Catherine Zeta-Jones. Oh, right, she played Morticia. I totally forgot that Catherine Zeta-Jones was in Wednesday. Severance? No, never watched Severance. I forgot that she was in Wednesday. I mean, she can still get it. Catherine Zeta-Jones can still get it, man. Gorgeous woman. Apparently, it's going to come out this year, Killface. That is actually just what I was looking up. For some reason, I thought the second season had been canceled, but it is coming out this year. Apparently, a clip was released not long ago. So, like, yeah, there actually is clip out there of it, and it is still coming out this year. Also coming out this year. Me getting more water. Had to blow my nose while I was at it, sorry. Stranger Things? Nah, never watched it. Nah. Only thing I've been watching is Star Trek. Was YouTube getting YouTube your Christmas present? What? Hey, Jenna. Ah, okay, Jordan. I understand. I understand. You don't want to talk to me. Fair enough. I get it. I wouldn't want to talk to me either. You watch apart from Star Trek? I mean, there's shit I watch on YouTube. That is not my real name, no Cadence. Yeah, I mean, like I watch bullshit on YouTube, and then yeah, Star Trek is the only like TV show I've been watching lately. I've been doing a rewatch of Star Trek. I just want to do a rewatch of the Star Trek franchise. So almost finished my rewatch. I've got the Strange New Worlds. Strange New Worlds will probably be done in a little over a week for me to finish that, and then I'll move on to rewatch Prodigy, and that will take me about a month. I'm getting choppy now. Let me know if it gets bad enough that. Hey, sweet Caroline. If it gets bad enough that restart. Oh, it's been what it was. I don't currently have a cat. Unfortunately. If I did have a cat, I'd be showing it off all the time. There. No, it's not. It's definitely not the internet. It's YouTube. It's an awkward connection to, or it's my camera. Maybe shouldn't be my camera. Should I have? I would rather not. I don't want to do a house tour now. Not even a bedroom tour. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with the video. If it's my camera, if it's like just a weird thing on my computer, if it's the camera being weird, if it's YouTube being weird, I don't know what it is. Just frozen. I mean, that might just be me, Cadence. That might just be me. I sometimes do that. If I can't think of something to say, if I'm trying to think of something to say, then yeah. Or if I have like some random thought in my head that's working its way through, then yeah, I will sometimes just seemingly freeze up. It's a weird thing about me. What electronics do you have? I actually have two laptops, funnily enough, and my phone is just Samsung Android. I always forget what kind of Samsung it is. A75 or something like that. A71. So I've got a Samsung Galaxy A71. Which is kind of an older one. Yeah. Released in 2020. So, 5-year-old phone. Apple laptop, Apple tablet, Apple iPhone. I have no Apple products at all. You'll file that under shit you don't care about. Fair enough, Killface. I do feel like there are probably people who'd have their minds kind of blown finding out that you know that I have a 5-year-old phone. Because there's a lot of people who want to get the new phone, who want to get like new phones every year. Something I've never quite understood. Hey, Larry. I see no point in getting a new phone every goddamn year. The phone I have works. Why do I need to change it? Like, you know. Why would I need a new phone every year or every 2 years or whatever? Is having a 5-year-old phone bad? I don't think it is. But I mean, there's definitely a lot of people who would find that weird. And I don't really get why. As long as the phone still works, you know, keep it as long as it'll last. That's what I think. You get a new phone every 2 years, and this is the year I'm excited. Yeah, I mean that's kind of the norm every 2 years because that's when contracts expire. So you know, contract expires in order to sign you up for a new one. In order to lock you in for a new contract. Hey, you get a discount on a new phone. Any idea what phone you're getting this year, Killface? Battery always conveniently goes to shit around the 5-year mark. Yeah, mine hasn't been having any problems. Some don't even last that long. I feel like Apple is worse for that planned obsolescence shit. Man, these guys are totally ruining my 22nd straight hour of the day on the internet. Like, I think Apple tends to be a little bit more obnoxious about their whole planned obsolescence thing. Yeah, iPhones. First iPhone I had circa 2007 8 ish was the best. Was that was not the original iPhone, I don't think, right? The iPhone batteries seem to last like 2 or 3 years. They can last longer if they're taken care of, but that's person. What is that? I feel like the first iPhone was slightly earlier. No, guess not. Right, 2000, yeah, 2007 was when the first one came out. I remember it being shit. Um, I was working in customer service for AT&T, which was the they were the ones that had like a exclusive agreement with the iPhone. The iPhones were only available initially for AT&T, as I recall. They were they were a big thing. BlackBerry was in that back then. Yeah, yeah, and then it completely died. BlackBerry's just still exists, but it's damn near cool. Yeah, so I actually do remember when the first iPhone came out. I was in Canada. I live in Canada, so we didn't have it for another 3 years. It was it was a good few years after it came out in the US before we got it up here. But yeah, being customer service, I did get to deal with people who had the iPhones, and they were shit. Samsung Juke. I do not remember that one. They may have been neat gadgets, but they were legitimately shit phones. They had no reception. The reception on the first couple, the for the first couple of iPhones, um, the reception was just absolute garbage. Wasn't really until like the iPhone 3 that they started getting decent reception. But yeah, we had pot pink Motorola Razr. Yeah, that was a popular one. The Motorola Razr was a big one. Need new phone, but I'm driving this one to the ground. So cunty. The magenta Razr. Trying to think. Cheap cricket phone. Would I still have been using my shitty Nokia brick phone? When did I get my first smartphone? Trying to remember when I got. I don't remember when I got my first smartphone. I know my first phone was a cheap Nokia prepaid. Technology was so whimsical and fun back then. It kind of was. Um, what it was is that everyone was still testing things out. At this point, technology has very much, um, like for cell phones, they're basically all the same. Like they're all this. Slightly different sizes and shit like that, but ultimately, they're all touchscreen smartphones. Like that's the only kind of phone you can get these days. Took forever to text with T9 yet. It's very much homogenized. Back then, there was a lot more variety back in the day. There was just a lot of variety. You had flip phones, you had the brick phones, you had the ones with like the slide out keyboards, slide out from the side or slide out from the bottom. Um, Blackberries, and yeah, early days of the sidekicks, and the early touch screens. So it's just there was a lot of variety. Like you had the phones that were just fucking unbreakable. Like there were some phones that were just unbreakable. Um, Blanking what on the on which ones it were, but like designed to be rugged. Jada, we were talking about you a little bit earlier. We were talking about you earlier. Cool faceplates, Rainbow Bright one. Yeah, I don't remember what they were called or anything. There were phones that were designed to be rugged. For people who sort of work in sort of manual labor. That way, if it gets dropped or anything like that, it wasn't a big deal. They don't really have those. I don't hate you, Killface. I just don't want to do. I just don't want to do Discord. Vertigo Arrow aesthetic. I don't know what that is, Comic Brook. Frutiger Arrow. Taco Bell. You look it up. I don't know if I should, Comic Brook. Killface got to see the Samsung Juke I mentioned, but you didn't. Nah. Okay, that one. I don't think that one was available when I was working at what's it? StarTech. Frutiger Arrow. Holy shit, yeah. Yeah, that is very much Windows XP aesthetic. Did you work at StarTech because of Star Trek? No, Vanna, that is not why I worked there. Bag of candy for snack. Nice, nice. No, I worked at StarTech because it was hiring. Just out of high school, needed a job. That place hired. My mom already worked there, and Chantel was working there. So J Dot, have you been paying any attention to any of the passenger seat floorboard quesadilla would hit but now? J Dot, have you been paying any attention to any of the Wednesday season 2 news? Because I just earlier found out that it wasn't actually that they hadn't actually canceled season 2. For some reason, I thought it wasn't going ahead, but apparently they've even got a clip out now. Hey, Barbara. Feel like you kill a show when you wait 1,000 years between seasons. That is definitely a problem. Um, or it can be anyway. That can definitely be a problem when it's too much time between seasons. A lot of it just comes down to the way the streaming services work. But yeah, it does kind of. Where's Jenna? Jenna was here earlier, J Dot. But yeah, when it takes a long time between each season, it can definitely kill some momentum. She had Taco Bell, Jordan. I guess you were. I guess you missed where she said that. Jordan's been here. Yeah, Jordan is here every night, just hoping for a glimpse of you. Spring break. I am unemployed, so spring break means nothing to me. Writer strike delayed a lot of series. Yeah, I mean, writer strikes factor in, COVID factored in back in the day, a few years back, but it's also a lot of it. Part of it does just come down to the way streaming services work these days as well. It's something that will get you banned from here. Never seen Star Wars. That's fair. There are plenty of people who've never watched Star Wars. Yeah, it's fine. You're not obligated to watch Star Wars. Never seen Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is worth watching. I would encourage watching Lord of the Rings. I'll be honest. Doing like an all-day marathon of the Lord of the Rings special edition, really fun. I haven't done it in forever myself. I don't think I'm not likely to do it anytime soon. Need someone to watch with. That is, yeah, that's part of why I'm not likely to do a Lord of the Rings marathon anytime soon as well. Is Jan wants someone to do it with. I've never watched Game of Thrones, and I have no real interest in watching that one. Yeah, for Star Wars, like the original Star Wars trilogy is legitimately a lot of fun. The Lord of the Rings trilogy is really fun and also just like a major accomplishment. Like it's a really impressive accomplishment. Nine hours of walking, but it is pretty basically, yeah, kill face. And some of the big battle scenes are really cool. People from the United States got our church and sold it. Yeesh. You stole it from. Eminent domain. Yep. It's a bitch. Black people's order. Were you part of that? Hold on. Were you part of that church that was like this Proud Boys thing? Because I did hear something about. I did hear something about like this church that like that was associated with the Proud Boys. Oh no, I'm thinking different. I'm thinking something different. So I was thinking of something different. Uh, Historical Black Church won trademark of the Proud Boys name. That was what I was thinking of. I apologize for my think that transfers someone to presidency. Horrible. It's been a cavalcade of bullshit. One terrible, harmful, fascist policy after another. Trump has always been vile, and he just gets worse all the time. I didn't even hear about anything regarding the YMCA. Like, that one's new to me. Oh right, that's right. There was the yeah, there was some criticism of it, and yeah, I saw that there was some one of the guys who wrote it was like, no, it's fine. I thought you were talking about like the actual YMCA, not the song, but the actual organization or whatever, association. Yeah, that's right. The one of the village people denied it being a gay anthem. I was like, no, that's fine. I don't mind him dancing to it. I don't mind him using it. One of the very few musicians out there uh, to say that he's okay with Trump using his music. Because everyone else is like, every other musician is like, no, I hate you and everything you stand for. Don't you dare use my music. And then this dude from the Village People. I don't mind. Which means that dude is a douche. That member of the Village People sucks. It was the cop, I think, wasn't it? If I'm not mistaken, I think it might be might have been the guy who plays the cop in the Village People, which not surprising that he'd be the one who's okay with Trump. Does the Indian? Let's see if I can. No, I think it is the cop. Yeah, it's the cop. He's the only member who, like, he was the only member who's still active. But 4 people in line. YMCA came in the radio and wailed at the actions. Hey, V345. Hey, Concho. Into my PO box. Not this week. I'll be going to my mom's tomorrow, so I suppose I'll stop off at the PO box on my way over. Yeah, it's definitely the cop. He's the only member of the Village People, the original Village People, who's still active. He has the rights to the songs, and he's been trying to move the song away from being seen as a gay anthem. So, fuck that dude. All cops are bastards somehow manages to hold true even in music. Hey, Michaela. You're sick? Aw. That sucks. Have you ever noticed something? I'll be live tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta go over to my mom's. Um, I'm not going live with my mom now. Absolutely not. No, absolutely not. because I am not going to put my mom on camera. No. You're looking at nothing important. I'm not subjecting my mom to that. Interesting animation cartoons. I mean, as far as what got me interested in cartoons, I just grew up on cartoons. You know, it's cartoons. I just grew up with cartoons. So. Does your permission to block time at people? I mean, if there's good reason to, Buttercup, sure. Okay, throwing out a slur. Slurs are instant ban offenses, Vegas guy. There's it. A slur. He used a slur. Specifically a transphobic slur. What did they say? I'm not repeating it. I'm not going to repeat what he said. You couldn't get a lift card. No idea what we're talking about, Rebecca. Yeah, they asked that. And they said you have the physiognomy of a transphobic slur. Which, I mean, shitty thing to shit. Even without the slur, it's kind of a shitty thing to say. But throw in the slur as well, yeah, fuck him. Yeah, he said you look trans, but in a significantly more offensive manner. So yeah, that was an instant ban. Good fucking riddance to that person then. Don't use the word, Jordan. That is a slur. That is the word he used. And yeah, that one's a slur. Yeah, because they're assholes. Because they're transphobic assholes. Not familiar with that word? If you're not really online, stop repeating the word. Alien tourist, no, don't type it. It is a slur used against trans people. That's all you need to know. It is a slur used against trans people. Physiognomy. Yeah, physiognomy is kind of a shit. Like nobody uses physiognomy in anything less than yeah. Physiognomy, a person's facial features or expression, especially when regarded as indicative of character or ethnic origin. It is basically like looking at a person's face and like using that to judge what kind of person they are. Physiognomy? Yeah. And like the reality is nobody ever uses it in a way that isn't horrible. At least minimum, at least 9 times out of 10, if somebody uses the word physiognomy, 9 times out of 10, they're an asshole. Hey, Bell. Like, they're probably racist. They probably think black people are less intelligent. Very likely, ableist. They're ableist. Um, Very likely misogynistic. Almost certainly transphobic. Probably homophobic. What do people always call you that? I don't know, Jordan. And yeah, the T slur is it's like action a lot as far as the series or animation and suggestions. Um, I mean Cowboy Bebop. Um, I don't know. I don't know that I actually watch enough cartoons or anime to really be able to suggest much. Hunter X Hunter, which yeah, I've never watched. But I mean, I really enjoyed She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. Is that an action? Yeah, I mean, there's a fair bit of action in it, I suppose. Yeah. She-Ra and the Princesses of Power has quite a bit of action. You say She-Ra? Princesses of Power. It's the Netflix one, so Princesses of Power was the one that I watched. I never watched the original. Like I never watched the '80s She-Ra. What would I recommend to watch? I don't know. Star Trek's always good. Go chasing the prince. I'm telling you, the Princesses of Power was just like a really well made, well written show. Compelling characters, solidly plotted. Not on though in the 80s. Sure. One lady with long black hair and a black outfit. That was so beautiful too. I mean, I like the. I like the art style for the Netflix one, but I mean, also like it's just in each case they work with what they have. Back in the 80s, like the hand drawn animation was just what was available. They did the best job they could with technology at the time, and that meant hand drawn. These days, because because shit can be made on a computer, yeah, they use Adobe and shit. Third Rock. Yes, I did watch Third Rock from the Sun. Computer animation was like, I'm fine with that computer animation. I also think that there is a big advantage in terms of labor. You're not blocked, Rebecca. I do think that is. Yeah, it's a lot less hard on the animators. So like computer animation, it's a lot easier on the animators. So I do think it, yeah, I do think that is a good thing. I mean, it allows for, it makes it easier to do. It makes it easier to do more. It allows them to do more. Like with like the action sequences are just the animation itself, just like the storyboarding, just the sequences. They can do so much more today. The 80s one could not have done the sequences that the Netflix one did. Not with not without absolutely blowing their budget. No, I never watched the original, but I mean, just like 80s animation generally is just. the kind of shots and action and just smooth animation that they can do today. '80s animation could not do it. Not without massive budgets. CGI just seems like it's. I mean, it varies. Love old cartoons like any Max Fleischer cartoons. It like sure, some of it is lazy, but the reality is there was some lazy animation back in the day too. Everyone seems to be hating the Smurfs cartoon. You know, like how many cartoons would have characters walking past like the same background a million times? Yo, like that was that became a punchline. Reuse of backgrounds, reuse of motions. You would get some good. What I would say is that older hand drawn animation, you could get some great frames. But the nature of just the reality of budget constraints meant that a lot of time animate the animation itself, like the actual animation showing characters in motion, was not always particularly strong because they couldn't because they had to they did what they could, but I mean it would be too expensive. So side shots, characters walking down a hallway, and the backgrounds are so pretty. Sure. But I would argue that there are some gorgeous cartoons now as well. It's a different style. Should I change my PFP to a cat and hijab? Sure, why not? Background just seemed normal. Sure. But I mean, even then, it got it was a subject of punchlines. Fluidity and motion with the environment. Yeah. CGI, like computer art, and I don't mean and when I say computer art, I don't mean the shit that's used in live action. I mean like cartoons, but modern art has a lot more fluidity. That's what it comes down to. Modern cartoons can be so much more fluid. Because it's just plus or minus. Sure. I mean, I'd love to see. I would, hand drawn animation does often look beautiful. And with a budget, hand drawn animation with a good budget is incredible. Like older Disney cartoons. The especially like the Disney Renaissance of the late 80s, early 90s, and into the 90s. Those cartoons were beautiful. Hand drawn, but they had budgets to be good. There was a Disney face like Snow White's little round face. Sleeping Beauty was stunning. Yeah, and I mean, that one was pretty big budget for its time. Again, it's by today's standards, or even by the standard of the 90s, the animation was definitely on a technical level wasn't as smooth. Oh, good night, Uncle Buck. I'll be leaving soon, yeah. Yeah, like Sleeping Beauty was absolutely a beautiful movie. 1959 was the year Sleeping Beauty came out. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, by the standard of the time, I mean, shit, I'd go back. Even Cinderella. Or, not Cinderella. For some reason, I thought Sleeping Beauty was older, actually. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, Sleeping Beauty. It was a beautiful movie, no doubt. I'm saying I just like forget to say my name. Fair enough, Uncle Buck. But I do think that there's some beautiful modern cartoons as well that are made on computers. Yeah, there were scenes in the Netflix She-Ra that I thought were gorgeous. Or Kipo and the Age of Wonder Beasts. I thought Kipo and the Age of Wonder Beasts was a pretty damn gorgeous cartoon. Or hell, Star Trek Prodigy. Star Trek Prodigy is very much computer generated art and very much looks it, but it's great. I think claymation is incredibly impressive. Oh, it's absolutely impressive. It's also just like really, really time consuming. You need to hide your manly face, Jordan. Apparently so. So yeah, like modern animation is just able to do things that older animation usually couldn't. Compose the speech was Snow White a battered woman. So I enjoy I enjoy a fair bit of modern animation. I used to I grew up on I grew up on 90s Spider-Man and X-Men, Batman. Those are the shows that I grew up on. A lot of those did actually have pretty good animation. Wicked Witch was totally misunderstood. 90s cartoons, the animation did get a lot smoother, even compared to just the 80s. Those were the shows that I grew up on. The Archer Batman's Jaw, The Slant. Yeah, I mean, Batman the Animated Series was just beautiful. Just incredible art and animation. It was like a genuinely revolutionary cartoon. Change my profile to reflect the nation's distress. I can't really see it. But I mean, again, like I said, and love me some modern cartoon, or I enjoy a fair number of modern cartoons as well. And I do appreciate how fluid they're able to be and how fluid the action can be. And again, I absolutely appreciate upside. U.S. flag that was hung at Yosemite National Park. Yeah. I also really appreciate that it takes a massive amount of pressure off animators. Traditional hand-drawn animation was really hard on animators. Like it was very, like it was grueling labor. So I also very much appreciate that. Never thought about the pressure on animators. Yeah, yeah, it could get really bad. Not that there isn't still a lot of pressure on animators. Yeah, there is absolutely still a lot of pressure put on them, and there should be less. I want animators to get paid more to do less. Love the crap. Maybe, but I mean, it's. I mean, a lot of older animation was just. It was basically a factory. Like a lot of older animation, it was basically just a bunch of, a big bunch of people in a big room, just hunched over tables all day, drawing frame after frame after frame. It was rough, and for way too little money. Told Xena Warrior Princess. I mean, like even the animators who loved their job, it was still grueling. It was still hard on them. It was still hard on their bodies. Like, how many of like the how many of the great manga artists ended up dying young, dying early because they overworked themselves, you know? I'm a comic book fan. The number of comic book artists whose bodies are in constant pain from having to like they break their bodies trying to meet the deadlines. They love what they do, but doesn't mean that they love what it does to them. So I'm in favor of anything that makes life easier on people who do the work. Anyway, I have gone over 2 hours, so I'm gonna get going now. I'm leaving now, ending the stream. I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully without the choppy camera. Hopefully the camera actually works properly tomorrow. So, good night, everybody.